Well, hello everyone. We're in my kitchen again, and today we are going to make paella, which is a traditional Spanish dish. And yeah, I like it a lot. It reminds me of biryani, of nasi, of fried rice, but like with a Mediterranean twist. And I made it a few times, but today I'm going to attempt it with cauliflower rice. Cauliflower rice is amazing, a great alternative to rice and quinoa. And it's pretty simple to make. You just take your cauliflower and you grate it, and it becomes like this, like rice, which is um, which is pretty amazing. And yeah, so we're gonna make a seafood paella, cauliflower rice. We got some spices here. I got some some cayenne peppers, some herbs. I got some lemon, and we'll need that for the next thing. I got some mussels. They're just from the sea, very fresh. So we're going to cook them. Over here, we got some chicken, which we're going to use. I have some vegetables like some paprika, some carrots. And over here, got some herbs and some fresh tomatoes. And yeah, the fun thing about paella is, and same thing for fried rice, I guess, you can use whatever you want, like leftover stuff. You can just like mix in and you're ready to go. Over here, I got some onions with some garlic. And then here we have shrimp. I got fresh shrimp. They're also super fresh, right from the sea. And I had some shrimp that were pre-boiled, so we'll use that one too. And here I got like a squid, which we'll cut up and which will be amazing also. But we'll come to that in a second. We'll start with the mussels. And also what I have here is some white wine with some saffron in it. And yeah, saffron is like a flower which gives an amazing taste to the food. It's kind of the base for paella. Looks like this. Super expensive. Something like this costs like 5-6 euros. But on the other hand, you don't need a lot of it, like a few strings, and you're good to go. So the plan is we're gonna do the mussels first. Then we're gonna do the squid and the shrimp. And finally, we're gonna mix everything together in the paella. So the mussels we're gonna do in this pot. And if you never made mussels, super simple to make. Just put a pan on fire, add a little bit of olive oil. Not much, maybe like 2 or 3 tablespoons. And then we are going to add some of the onions, and it doesn't matter really how you cut them. It's just for flavoring. So we'll add a little bit of the onion. And a little bit of the garlic. Add that all in. We're going to take 1 cayenne pepper, little one, and yeah, I cut some lemon, so we're going to put that in too. And mix everything together. And let that go, and basically we'll wait until it's nice and hot. And then we're going to add the wine, and the wine will steam, and the steam will open up the mussels real good. As you see, they start opening up a little already, but once I tap them, they close again. That means they're super fresh still. Like this one, for example, it's a little bit open, but if I tap it, then they close up again. They're still pretty much alive. But we'll cook them and that will go away. So it is already going quite well. We'll add some black pepper and some salt. And then we'll dump in everything here, the wine and the saffron. And if you make mussels, just the mussels only, you don't need the saffron, but we're gonna need it for the paella anyway, so that's why I use it like this. And traditionally with paella, you use some kind of stock, like chicken stock or vegetable stock, but today we are going to use the sauce that comes from the mussels, and I'll show you in a bit. So we dumped in the wine. Let's close it off and wait till it starts steaming. And in the meantime, let's put the rice to the side. And in the meantime, we are going to cut our squid while that's steaming up. Yeah. Again, you can see the squid here. Looks kind of cool. The way I'm going to cut it is in four. So one time through half, and then both halves again. So I'll show you what that looks like. I don't think you can see it right now. Maybe if I scoot over a little bit. So instead of, usually you have like little pieces of squid, but today we are going to make these four long pieces of squid. They look like this. And we're going to fry them in a bit, so they'll be nice and crispy. Dump them back. And yeah, I seasoned them a little bit with salt, pepper, and a little bit of olive oil. This is the white wine, by the way, just a little bottle, also from Catalonia here. Okay, so this is boiling nicely already. As you can see, nice and steamy. Oh, if you can smell this, it's super amazing. That's perfect. So we'll dump these in. And as soon as you dump them in, close back the lid again because we want it to steam. And the steam will make sure they open up, and I'll show you in a bit what that looks like. So basically what we want to do now is wait for the steam to come back. Give it like a minute or something. If you see the steam starts coming up from the top, you know you're good. Then we'll give it a little stir. Yeah, in the meantime, I can cut these little cherry tomatoes so they're not all too big. While we wait for that to steam. And yeah, after this, when the mussels are done, we're gonna start frying the other stuff. Okay, as you can see, it starts boiling already a little bit. If you can smell it, it's really good. You smell like like the fresh garlic and the wine and the saffron in the back. Looking great. Give it like 30 more seconds. And actually, we can start by heating up our paella pan. So this is like a traditional paella pan. I'll put a link in the description below on where to get this. You can get this from Amazon. And this one in particular is pretty good because you can put it in the oven also. So that's always nice. Just put it on low heat, let it starts to warm up a little bit, and a little bit of olive oil. And we don't want it too hot so that the olive oil burns. Okay, so they're opening up. We're going to give it a stir. And then leave it for 1 more minute. And then we'll move it into another pot. But it smells amazing and they look amazing. We don't want to overcook them. So I'm going to turn off the heat. And yeah, they look pretty amazing. Let me take them. I'll put them in a bowl here, and I'll show you. And this water is super hot, and I'll dump in the cherry tomatoes in the hot boiling water just to soften them. And one fell, but that's okay. Yeah, and so these are the mussels opened up. You can see it. Yeah, it's not that good, the light, but they're open. Look like this. They smell amazing. You'll get to see them again. And this is the sauce, which is over like a wine sauce with the tomatoes, and then we're going to use that as a base for our paella. Okay, our pan is on fire there. Put the heat a little bit lower, and then we're going to start to fry our shrimps. And I do it separately, just so they fry real well. And they got this like caramelization going. And the split will do at the end. And there's one more shrimp, yeah. Yeah, I think you can see it. They're just frying, and then when they're done, we'll dump them into the sauce also. Look at the other thing. Turn up the heat a little bit more. And actually we'll move it to the big fire here. Move this to the back. Bring this to the front. So it's a little bit closer. You can see it a little bit, not too well, but maybe in the future we'll work on that. Flip them. And I'll show you in a bit what they look like. Yeah, they're turning off quite well. If you boil them or if you fry them in the oil, they just get this like crisp layer on top, like the caramelized layer, which is super delicious. And we'll keep using the same oil and the same pan, so all the spices and all the flavors get like soaked into the pan. After this, we'll dump in the octopus, and also the chicken will dump in. We'll turn up the heat a little bit. Yeah, one downside, if they're wet, they like splatter a lot. So be mindful of your clothes, what you're wearing. Give it one more minute, and then we'll hop on to the next one. And our stock is pretty nice here. Let's turn up the heat a little bit of the stock to make sure the tomatoes get nice and soft, so I can squish them. Okay, the shrimp get a nice layer and smell awesome. I'll just show you one. Yeah, like this. It's leaking a little bit, but nice, crispy. And in the pan, it's also forming this nice layer of caramelization. We'll dump them in the sauce. And then we'll move to the squid. Turn down the heat a little bit of the pan. And give these also a few minutes to become nice and crispy. Yeah, and if you look at the video and you have any tips for me or things to improve upon, make sure to leave it in the comments below. And need to turn off that in the back because we don't want the shrimp to boil anymore. And yeah, the other thing is we want not to add too much of the stock into the paella, just a little bit, because the cauliflower, like if you would do it with rice, you would add a lot more stock to it. but because we are using the cauliflower, right, we don't want too much liquid inside of it, just a little bit. Move these out. I'm just moving out the shrimp and add them to the pile here. Now they have this double flavor of the white wine, and they have the caramelization. So that's looking amazing. The octopus is looking pretty nice too. It shrunk a lot, but that's okay. Just need a little bit, just for the flavor. And yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but what we have going on in the pan is also really great. The flavors that are in this pan right now are insane. So then we're going to add our veggies and a few spices, and it's going to be great. Yeah, the octopus should be good. Has a little bit of caramelization going. Which is good enough. Set the pan in the center. Move it into the stock. Okay. So now we're going to start the paella here. Oh no, we have the chicken still. Dump in our chicken. And yeah, seafood paella with chicken, it's a bit weird, but yeah, that's the thing about paella, I said it already. You can add whatever you want. And yeah, I just love chicken inside of my dishes. Yeah, it's starting to stick a little bit on the bottom. But that's fine. Get something to hold this. And scrape a little bit of the bottom. Yeah, just make sure it's evenly cooked and it's not raw, because chicken is very dangerous. Take our squids, move them to the side. Yeah, and the tomatoes, it got really soft now in the boiling water, so just squishing them a little bit. And they give out this nice color. You can see here the broth. It's nice and red, steamy with the wine and the garlic and the lemon, everything infused. Okay, give it one more minute. And the chicken, we will steak separately. We'll take it in a plate. And then we can start our main dish, which is the paella. Let's take this guy. Put the heat on low because it's quite hot already. We'll start with adding the onions and the garlic. Let me take this one. Let's dump it all in. A little bit too much onion, I have to say, but I like onions very much, so I don't really matter. So this is only onion and garlic. We'll do a little bit of the cayenne peppers, like a pinch. We'll add some paprika powder. Like a pinch too. And then we're gonna add our, let me squish down the tomatoes. So basically from here, we only want the liquid, so to say. We don't want the peels of the tomatoes or the lemons. So we get it like this, and then be sure to only get the liquid. If you have a blender, you can actually blender this, but I don't have one yet, so I'm just gonna improvise. Just take this broth, dump it in like this, and everything that is sticking on the bottom right now, it's coming loose. Everything from the squid, from the chicken, from the octopus, and it's giving like this nice red color. We have a little bit of the saffron also inside this stock. And we're just going to boil it down until it's all the way dissolved. So all the flavors of the stock are infused in the oil. Turn up the heat a little bit. Now we can do it because we have the liquid. Scrape everything from the bottom of the pan. One last part. Yeah, and then we end up with something like this, with all the leftover, with all the peels and everything. And yeah, you can blender this up. You can reuse this the next time. It's full of flavors. Also the flavor from the mussels. So this is, if you smell this right now, it just smells amazing. So much flavor. Put this on high heat. And then the next thing we're going to do is take our vegetables, add them in. And yeah, so this is the chicken, which looks nice. We're going to add that soon. This is our seafood, the shrimps, the octopus, and the oysters. Okay, this is starting to thicken up again. Which is good. High heat to make sure all the liquid evaporates. And then I'm going to start with our vegetables. These are the kind of harder vegetables. This was a little bit of leftover cauliflower. I decided to put a little bit of carrot and some paprika. So the paprika actually, we're going to wait with a little bit. So we're going to dump in our cauliflower and our carrots, because those two need a little bit longer to become good. Yeah, and this is super, it smells super good. Just give those a minute to become ready. And it's sticking to the pan again. So let's turn it down and add our other vegetables. Now we can put it on a low heat again. And we'll keep it on a low heat until the end. This looks pretty nice. Yeah, I want to show you, but we'll do that in a bit. Let me see if I can do it like this. So this is what it looks like right now. Super good. Next, let's dump in our chicken. And then the last step will be adding our cauliflower rice. And don't forget, give it a little taste, so now and then. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. And that's dump in rice. And as you can see, it looks just like rice too. Hold on to this. Maybe we'll add just a little bit more of the liquid, but don't think it's needed. Just make sure it gets all the spices. Yeah, we might need to add just a little bit of the liquid to give it a little bit more color. Add a little bit more of the paprika powder. And let's give it one more pinch of saffron. Just a little bit. Just to color it up a little bit more. And if you want to really have that that paella color, I would recommend adding some more spices to it. Adding some more saffron. but for now, this is perfect. So let's give it a few minutes to settle in. Let a little bit of the liquid evaporate. Then we're gonna dress it up with the rest of the stuff, and then we're gonna transfer it to the kitchen table, and then we're gonna taste it, see how it is. See you soon. So yeah, I left it in for a few more minutes. I've got some herbs from my balcony, which I will sprinkle on top. We've got the seafood over there. Maybe the angle here is a little bit better, so you can see it a little bit better, but I'll put it on top now. So, got my thing here. So let's put them here and there. Some of them did not open completely, like this one. That's okay. We'll just not use that one. Yeah, but it looks pretty nice. At the end, I'll show you what it looks like from the top. But just put some here and there. Everything is still warm. This one is not good, so we'll don't use that one. Sprinkle some of the water on top. Let's move that out of the way. And then here is the finished product, which looks amazing. I'm soon gonna show you how it is from the top, but for that, let me dig in. I have to taste it also, so you can see the reaction. Yeah, I left it just a little bit, so the bottom is like traditional paella. It's a little burnt. That's also the nice thing, the nice flavor of it. So let me take a bit. Yeah, and this is amazing. Like, it looks basically just like rice, but it's not, which is amazing. Let me do a taste test. Yeah, that's amazing. Super spicy, salty, really nice flavors. Let me try the chicken. Chicken is good. Not too hard. You can taste the black pepper. I seasoned it well. The squid. Yeah, the squid was also super fresh. Everything here in Catalonia is super fresh. Came from the sea probably yesterday. Really nice. A little chewy, but it needs to be like that. Let me get one of the oysters. Taste it. Oh, and it's very spicy, but not too spicy. Just the right amount. On these mussels, you can really taste the white wine. Super amazing. Yeah, I would highly recommend this dish. It's not like rice. With rice, you would get pretty full pretty quick. But with this, it's basically just a vegetable. So it's basically all vegetables and seafood. Amazing. Let me try a shrimp. Now, so these were the pre-cooked shrimp. Bought them on accident. They're chewy. They're okay. I think this is one of the fresh ones. Yeah, it tastes a bit better. Let me try one last to finish it off, and then I'll show you the top. Yeah, just perfect.